All right, guys, we're here with Justin Colby. Not many people have flipped as many houses as this guy has flipped. Me and my brother, looked up to you from the beginning since we got started. We were listening to your podcast and learned a lot from you. So I'm glad to have you here. We've been knowing each other pretty well now for the last couple of years, being a part of Boardroom Mastermind and hanging out with our wives and having good times. So I'm glad to have you on here, and we're just gonna, Justin is well known. So if you don't know him, you can just Google him, and there's probably a lot of info with him. So we're just gonna go right to the good stuff.
Let's go.
So what are you doing in your business right now that's making a big impact for you?
So similar to you, man, I've just made the switch from just like the transactional wholesaling flipping, which has been great for me for a decade now. I'm really focusing on the active income, which is the wholesale and flipping, but really to build the portfolio, right? So as you know, I've limped into the game with self-storage. You're huge in it. I'm the little guy in that. It's been cool so far. It's not an income generator for me because I don't worry about that. I just want the wealth accumulation. But I'll tell you, we're sitting in these rooms with some monster investors, right? Everyone is saying the same thing. This is the next best time to be buying assets and holding them if you can, right? And so I'm on a mission for the next 5 to 10 years, dude, just like you are. I want 10 years from now to literally just say, I'm out, or whatever my decision is. I want to keep more assets than anything. I'm going to keep the transactional wholesaling and flipping business going because it's really good money, let's face it, right? But it's just going to feed the wealth accumulation.
100%. So obviously there's a lot of assets you could have went into, self-storage, multifamily, industrial. Like, I know why I chose it. Why did you pick self-storage?
We have a common friend, and he came to me with an opportunity that I just said, okay, dude, Alex is crushing it. He's doing his thing. I'm like, I have this opportunity. And so we went in together, right? And so it's a great asset class. I mean, as someone that buys single family rentals, like, passive income is nonsense. For all of you, passive income is nonsense, right? I mean, it is just, even with a property management group, you're still gonna deal with stuff that you have to make decisions on. And I had a guy drive through one of our rentals, so we're dealing with insurance. I had another rental have a tornado hit it. Like, it's just like, nothing's passive. But self-storage is as close as you can get. I mean, it literally, I don't think I've done a single thing in terms of that deal. We put a gate around it, we put cameras on it, we painted it, and it's just been stabilized so we can just slowly increase rents. So I love residential real estate for the simple fact that everyone forever will need a place to live. It is also why I like storage, because everyone will keep buying shit they don't need and need to put it somewhere, right? And so between the two,
with the cost of houses, the way they're getting, you're getting smaller houses, tiny houses, things like that. People are gonna need stuff because
have to.
Just affordable living.
That's right.
We're doing pad splits too, and so people who have stuff, but they have to move in with other people just to live affordably. They're gonna need storage.
Have to.
And so it's definitely a good business. I love it. Glad you're in it.
Yeah.
We should do some deals together.
I think we have to.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do that. So I like to know what I know you kind of mentioned 10 years from now you can step away. What do you see yourself in 10 years, and or what do you really want out of all this? And then
I said that, and I literally know that's not going to happen. 10 years from now, I'll be hustling the same way in real estate as I am today. The difference is it may not have as much transactional business, but dude, I love I'm passionate about real estate. So it's dude, you and I going with our wives and our kids. And by the way, as we record this, both of our wives are pregnant, which is super, super cool. We were all just at the pool 2 weeks ago together in Miami. So anyways, I will tell you this. You need to figure out how to get around Alex in any network. You need to always be leveling up your network because it creates friendships, creates partnerships. It's an incredible thing to level your network up. That being said, 10 years, dude, you and I and the families will be doing fun stuff. We'll be buying more deals. It's just gonna change how I do real estate, right? It may not be as transactional in the next 10 years. It may be 2 transactions a year, but that also might lead to, let's just $20 million of increased net worth every year because I'm choosing the right transactions.
And so, I've had some conversations with some high-level guys and seeing what's their end goal, and I think about that a lot. Is there anything, if you had, 50 self-storage facilities, you're sitting good. Is there anything else in your life that you like really like or would like to explore of like, I want to do this in my life, or businesses, or
like a
or
hustle,
anything
like
else?
a side hustle,
Side hustle, or something else you're just passionate about, or anything like that?
Dude, I haven't really thought about that because I genuinely love real estate.
Yeah.
I just love the whole thing. You can make it transactional with the flipping and the wholesaling. You can make it like deal creating with the creative financing. Like it has kind of all the components. I'm a people person, you know that. Like, it's the people business, dude. Shaking hands, kissing babies all the time. So I don't know the answer, but I still have this childish love for collectible like sports cards and memorabilia. And like a couple years ago during COVID, I went ham and bought all these boxes of basketball cards and football cards and all this stuff, right? And then I got them graded at PSA, and they're literally sitting in my closet. Nothing happened from that. But like, would it be cool to like do something with that? I think that would be fun. I don't know if it's a money maker, but I think it would have like a passion to it.
I really like sports too, so if you know, that's not the direction that my kind of like other thing I like to do it would be, but I do love sports a lot.
Yeah.
So like, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about how he wants to buy the Jets. If I could own a piece of a basketball team or a football team, that'd be amazing. I would like to definitely see explore that opportunity. Who are your like sports teams that you like?
San Francisco 49ers, San Francisco Giants, Golden State Warriors.
Bang, bang, there you go.
But I live in Miami now. So I have to kind of support the second favorite is Miami Heat. Third favorite is Phoenix Suns. In terms of football, it's kind of Niners or bust. I'm super loyal there. That's it.
I'm an Eagles fan. We took you out last year. So
You
no
did,
big deal,
bro.
so.
You did.
All right. Well, obviously Miami's a super hot market.
Yeah.
And so are you, you know, because for me, like for single family, I'm trying to buy as many houses in Orlando as possible. But storage, I'm like all over. Do you have any criteria for what you're actually looking for?
So there's two things that I just told my team this week, actually. I want a market that appreciates. Examples, you know, Charlotte, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, Jacksonville, Orlando. There's appreciation ability for those markets, right? So I love those markets, but I also, if I could do like a 75-25 split, and what I mean by that is the state of Ohio doesn't really appreciate. But man, does it cash flow.
Yeah.
Like it is a cash flow cow.
Yeah.
So like if I could get 2% rent ratio, right? Meaning most people want a 1% ratio. If I could do 2 in Ohio, I'll buy it because it'll counteract the like 0.5% I'm making in Orlando. Orlando gets the appreciation, doesn't bring me much money a month, right? And so I want to kind of split my portfolio in that way. I like the Sun Belt as a whole for residential and even for storage, right? Meaning my storage facilities in Oklahoma, there's storage everywhere so I guess it would almost be a question back. Because the residential markets have growth and some don't, when buying storage, are you actually, because I would say storage is like easy numbers. Would you buy in a place that doesn't have much growth?
No, essentially it really depends. You gotta if you're gonna buy something that doesn't have a lot of growth potential, you gotta plan on the potential of never exiting.
Sure.
So I'm buying one.
Cash flow.
Yeah, so I'm buying one in Illinois, and essentially we're getting it for free. And so if we can just cash flow that property, and I'm not projecting, hey, I'm gonna make money when I exit this number, or my investors get paid off when I can sell for this cap rate. Like, you have to know that you might not ever be able to sell that asset because it's not a growing market. The population is not growing, the jobs aren't going into that marketplace. Now, this city is actually in that place. I really don't like Illinois as a whole state to invest in.
Yeah, of course.
But essentially, we try to target growing markets with job growth.
So it's the same thing. I mean, at the end of the day, you have areas that are super cash flow heavy. So you're doing that, you're like, great, I'm gonna be cash flowing like crazy for 20 years. Then you have markets so I think no matter what we do within the real estate space, it's kind of the same argument. You want the appreciation, but you also want good. So in my opinion, it's a 75-25 split. I'll buy rentals in Ohio. They're gonna be the same value in 20 years.
So I got, what would be, you know, at this room for this mastermind, we talk about like our biggest obstacles, and I know you like head the rooms, so you don't really I never heard you gotta get up and speak for a long time. Like, what's your biggest obstacle right now in your business?
There's always obstacles, right? So one
sure.
thing people don't know is they listen to me or they listen to you and they think we are like every day's puppy dogs and rainbows, right? So I think for me, it's the biggest challenge to some extent is people, right? Making sure you have the right people in the right place that do the right things. And that's always a work in progress. So to some extent people, but really is I just want to get there faster. I think my problem is the same as everybody's, right? It's like, just because I've done it longer and I've made more doesn't mean I don't want it yesterday. And so my biggest challenge is like, calm down. And I preach this to my students, right? Stay in the game long enough to win the game. Yeah. It's not overnight. So my biggest challenge is like, all right, just keep your head down, keep churning. And when you're in these rooms, like, take advantage of the Alexes and the knowledge that you bring. That's why I'm in storage, is because of you, right? Like, it's like, so I think if I could give anyone some advice in terms of challenges, decide what you want and commit to it, right? And I'm committed to you, so are you, right? So it takes some time.
I feel it, yeah. I tell a lot of people, you know, everybody wants it so quick. They see people on Instagram crushing it, and it's like, they don't take time to like go work for another company and like learn under them. They're like, he's doing it, I should be able to do it.
Totally.
And it's super competitive out there, and if you're not giving it your all and putting in hours and hours of grinding, like, you're not gonna get it. Like, so many people try cold calling and they try this and this is not working, this is not working. It's like they're not even taking enough action.
No, not at all.
It's crazy.
They want to win the Super Bowl without playing the regular season.
Or going to practice.
Or even going to practice, right? They don't even want to cleat up and put a helmet on. They want to win the Super Bowl. And you go, dude, it's taken 15 years. It's taken, almost 20 years. It's like, it takes a long time to get to where we're at. And the mundane is what is your secret and my secret. People won't keep doing the mundane stuff that actually is what moves the needle because it's boring as shit.
Yeah.
So they don't want to do it. But that's what actually got you to where you're at. So it actually got me to where I'm at, is doing the mundane things every single day that are not fun, they're not sexy, they're not Instagram worthy at all.
Yeah.
Every day.
100%. Well, good stuff. I learned a lot from you. I still learn from you. Where can people learn from you? Where can they follow you?
Instagram's the Justin Colby. The Justin Colby. I give a lot of great content out there. But the biggest place to learn would be YouTube. So justincolby.tv. I have videos on videos on videos.
Bang, bang. Make sure you check those out. It's like about 55% of you aren't subscribed. You're watching, you're not subscribing. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of this podcast, other podcasts coming out, and we'll catch you.